If you feel like you're a burden to the people never hurting, and you're yelling but nobody hears you, and your spirit feeling broken but your family keeps on joking, then I've got news for you. Let me put this simply, why they tried to kill me? When they put a knife up to my throat I choked. I've been tired of feeling like they want to spill me. They've been trying to end my life in front of me. They could never kill me, spill me. They could never make me bleed. They could never cut me bloody. They could never make me leave. They could never say goodbye. Maybe I'm the bad guy. Say goodbye. Maybe got a bad mind. Say goodbye. They could never kill me. They could never spill me. They will never fill me. Spent my life being the black sheep. Teacher called on me, I can't speak. Might as well rebel and make a joke. Expelled since last week. So what do you do when your brain isn't working? When all of the pain that they gave you was lurking. When all of the thoughts that you got in dark and your heart isn't beating no more. Can you ignore it? All the torment, all the hate and fake and torment. Can you force it? Can you forget that they trying to make you nothing? Numbing, cutting. That is all we can reaching. Let me put this simply, why they tried to kill me? When they put a knife up to my throat I choked. I've been tired of feeling like they want to spill me. They've been trying to end my life in front of me. They could never kill me, spill me. They could never make me bleed. They could never cut me bloody. They could never make me leave. They could never say goodbye. Maybe I'm the bad guy. Say goodbye. Maybe got a bad mind. Say goodbye. They could never kill me. They could never spill me. They will never fill me. Still broken, maybe it's just us. Maybe it's in our heritage. Maybe the system's going down. Maybe if you look, then I'll be found. Couldn't have me if they tried to. A life could never die. Never letting in the darkness. If I'm honest, I'll survive this life inside my chest. You push and you press. Let me put this simply, why they tried to kill me? When they put a knife up to my throat I choked. I've been tired of feeling like they want to spill me. They've been trying to end my life in front of me. They could never kill me, spill me. They could never make me bleed. They could never cut me bloody. They could never make me leave. They could never say goodbye. Maybe I'm the bad guy. Say goodbye. Maybe got a bad mind. Say goodbye. They could never kill me. They could never spill me. They will never fill me.
Ever?
Never.
Sometimes we get into situations where every decision has consequences. We get so deep into life that it's impossible to move forward without looking back. Maybe just take a step back and weigh the option. It's time to reevaluate my life and the decisions that got me here. Is it still possible to find happiness? Did I ruin my journey?
I'm at the rodeo with a bloody nose. I see those flashing lights every time I close my eyes. I'm mixing chemicals, looking for a miracle. I pray I feel something, but I'm out of dopamine. It don't work no more. No, it don't work no more. It don't work. Oh, I try, but I can't get high. don't work no more. It don't work no more. It don't work. How I tried. Oh, no, I can't get high. Why can't I get high? Oh, why? It don't work no more. How I tried. Oh,
Beasts. Men leave as hunters and return as beasts. I mix a master from he used to be cheap. Recently I raised my price for a beat. I learned a bit of knowledge from the streets. Like even pussies running right here clutching heat. Use your crew for fame and dip you dead wrong. That's why I cannot even listen to your songs. I hope that karma hits harder than concrete. That's probably better than you coming in my reach. Upload all this negative emotion, can you feel my heart? Of course not, it's not beating once I realized from the fucking start that people gonna change. Go their separate ways, I don't need more than my fingers to count all the ones who stayed. Don't talk, walk, get away from me. I got bleeding ankles from the snakes, I'm stomping both my feet. Bloodborne nigga, yeah, I'm out here all alone. Built my own dimension, in my mind I'm in the zone. Don't talk, walk, get away from me. I got bleeding ankles from the snakes, I'm stomping both my feet. Bloodborne nigga, yeah, I'm out here all alone. Built my own dimension, in my mind I'm in the zone. Haunted home, yeah. Built my own dimension in my mind, my haunted home.
All right, stinkers. I think we might as well get going. How we all doing tonight? 1 second, and I should be visible now. Apologies in advance if you can hear my cat in the background, or if you'll be able to at any point in the stream. She is fucking crazy today. From the moment I woke up until now, right now, it's just been an endless fucking cry for attention, no matter how much attention she actually gets. In the morning when I woke up, she's yapping for attention. Goes to the toilet with me when I'm taking a shit, she's yapping for attention. I make myself breakfast, she's yapping for attention. I have a call at work on camera. She jumps on my lap and starts trying to do little fucking cutesy kisses, which to be fair everyone enjoyed, however at the same time, very annoying. And it's just like that the entire day. So if you can hear her yap at any point today, that'll be why. Whatever the fuck is going on with her today, she is not shutting up. Plus now, I think she knows I'm talking about her, so she's even more active than usual. Toaster, Fiddy, Johnson, Christopher, how are you all doing? Hello, and welcome. On the docket for today, we've got a few things. I want to bully Chibi reviews very briefly, because this is like a very brief thing really to bully him about. And then, we've got a few videos. We've got another Owlish debate, which, yeah, another Owlish debate. And other than that, we have 2 YouTube videos. One of them is I went to a fake American trailer park in Poland. Now, we have covered this trailer park in the past before, but I see absolutely no reason why we cannot cover it again. And then the other one is more video SAE. It's 27 minutes, or at least I assume it's more video SAE, and it is entitled, Are Men Inherently Better Leaders Than Women? I have this sort of in the reserve, depending on how we do with the fake American trailer park and with the Owlish debate. Because with Owlish debate, sometimes by the end of it, your brain is fucked. And I do not want to go for longer than 3 hours today, if that, probably closer to 2. Because I've got quite a few things that I need to take care of before Saturday. And today and sort of tomorrow afternoon is the last chance I'll have. Hey Beansy, hey BB, how are you guys doing? Hello, hello, and welcome. Now, I figured that I will actually give you a choice for what we're doing whilst we're watching the videos once we get to that point after we've bullied Chibi Reviews. And the choices are very simple, actually. We will either play more of the first Berserker Kazan, as I have been for the last couple of streams, because it's a pretty cool game, actually. I've been enjoying my time in it quite a lot. Or I can build some minis with the hand cam. So that will be up to you. I will see what the vibe is like. I'll see what I feel like doing, but mostly I'll see what you feel like watching. And then we'll obviously watch the videos. As a small incentive for the minis side of things, it is not. I will spoil a little bit, but I won't tell you what it actually is up until we get to that point. But it's not going to be Warhammer. It is something else, and whoever guesses what it is correctly, will get a chance to tell me who to time out. Yeah, that feels like I don't have anything better that I can offer you. Whoever guesses correctly will be the top gay of today's stream. Chris, guess what? I got a verbal offer, bro. One day after they said they'd take 2 weeks to get back to me. That's a very good sign. Is it a good offer, Beansy? Mini Oreos. That is very cute, Cheeto. But it is, in fact, an incorrect guess. Swing and a miss, Cheeto. However, don't tell anyone I told you this, but you're still my top gay. But it is not Oreos. What's the guess again? You will have the option of either me playing a video game or me building miniatures on stream. And if we go for the miniatures option, I should say, it is actually not going to be Warhammer today. And I am letting you guys guess what it is, and whoever guesses correctly is the top gay. Even if you're heterosexual. I feel like I'm in the right position to judge. Legos? It is not going to be Legos. I'm not that big of a fan of Legos, to be honest with you. Overpriced as fuck, and I have not had fun building Legos in a very long time, and I imagine the next time I am going to have fun building Legos, it's probably going to be with my kid. Except my kid's not going to be into Legos, because I'm just going to fucking brainwave Warhammer straight into that little shit. Now let us slowly but surely begin for today. We've got a... I don't know if Chibi Reviews is a real person. Because sometimes I'll read what he says and I genuinely wonder if he's like a human being capable of critical thought. And I keep thinking he might not be. Mattel has their own Lego brand now. Oh, didn't know that. Quite cool. D&D minis, not D&D, no. I don't know if you guys know who Mia is. Mia is one of those VTubers who used to not discuss politics at all and was stuck with 3 people watching her. So now suddenly she's always been very right-wing, but she was very afraid to voice her views before, you know. It's totally not a grift. All of it is organic and genuine, and it is not at all a coincidence that the moment she started seeing her numbers go up when she'd spill sort of milquetoast rightoid talking points, she started spilling more and more and more of them. She, I think, if I'm not mistaken in people, I'd have to double check, but I think she's the one who a little while ago said something stupid on Twitter, and then some fucking trans person or some other gay laughed at her for being a moron, and she AI generated the image of her VTuber avatar tearing apart and stomping on the LGBT flag, and she declared that she is done with respecting the LGBTs, which by all counts she wasn't doing to begin with. It's, you know what these people do, it's just the same stupid virtue signaling as always. It's just freakazoid is what it is. So anywho, some DMs of Mia's have been leaked. I will read through the DMs momentarily. Those of you who are eagle-eyed are probably already seeing them. But Chibi's take on these was, oh no, it's two consenting adults in private conversation. Shut the fuck up, you have no business sharing this. No more Mr. Nice Guy, said Hitler pulling off his Hitler mask. That's basically what, yeah, but these people aren't even Hitler, BB. They're like too pathetic for that. So two consenting adults in private conversation, that's Chibi's read of these. And the screenshots go as this. Mia saying, would you be upset if I started to just kiss you? The person says, well, only if it doesn't mean anything. Mia, for fun, no? Blank, I don't know, puts up a lot of mixed signals. Sorry, Blank, I don't mean to. Heart emoji, I will relax. It's okay, I understand what you want in that regard. I care about you, but a boundary has to be set in regards to the affection without commitment. Hope that makes sense. Next message from Mia is, yeah, makes sense, I understand. I masturbated about you when we weren't talking, by the way. I imagine she meant to say I masturbated thinking about you when we weren't talking, by the way. But usually, you know, when I'm in DMs asking somebody if they'd be upset if I was just kissing them, which is a daily occurrence, you just have never heard about this happening, and they tell me, hey, there needs to be a boundary here, the next thing I tell them is that I'm jacking my meat thinking about them. Aside from Mia being a fucking weirdo, and she, by the way, I don't know how old she is. I'm assuming she's in her 20s, right? Because all of these fucking... I keep assuming all of these people are in their 20s, and then one way or another we find out how old these people are, and it's never people in their 20s. It's closer to people in their 40s, and that shit fucking baffles me. But I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt for whatever fucking reason, and we're gonna assume she's in her 20s. So... when somebody in their 20s is having these kinds of exchanges on Discord, you have got to assume that they are proper fucking stinkers. Like, these are the kinds of people who have shower schedules of only doing it like every Tuesday and Saturday. And the days in between, strictly off limit. We are conserving water in this house. This smells. Mia smells. You know for a fact she does based on this exchange. But that notwithstanding, the guy says, hey, do not do this. Boundaries without commitment, not good. Mia says, hey, I've been choking my turtle thinking about you. And Chibi's reading of one person saying, hey, stop this, and the other person saying, I masturbated to you, is to say, two consenting adults. Which, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't even know if Chibi has any business talking about two consenting adults, because the last time two consenting adults in his life were engaging in sexual behavior with one another, he nearly fucking killed himself because it was his fiance and his best friend having at it every time he's not at home. Oh, you guys are abhorrent with guesses today. That's not going to unshare your brother, Chibi. Also true. Leonard saying this looks exactly like Chris's and I's DMs. True. Me and Leonard always talk about jacking the meat. Proper sword fights in our DMs every single day of the week. Oh, I see, BB. I see. Yeah, I'm sure you're popular with the ladies. If you guess what minis Chris is going to be building, painting, you get to nominate someone to get timed out for today. Or you get to be the top gay of the day. But so far, you guys have been bad with the guesses. I bet it's Lord of the Rings. It is, in fact, not Lord of the Rings. It's 20th of August. Which, to be fair, isn't that telling, but it's 20th of August. What could it be? Come on, chat. I'm disappointed. Hey, Dizzy Boy, how you doing? We're laughing at Chibi not knowing what 2 consenting adults are. Or maybe he knows what 2 consenting adults are just too well, and now he's projecting. In either case, the bottom line is that Chibi Reviews remains a fucking idiot. As of 20th of August, 32 minutes past 8 PM Polish time, Chibi Reviews is just as fucking stupid as he was any other day of this week. This is a bit late, but did we discuss the Bao drama last week? No, we did not, Error. I actually didn't go into it all that much. I think I specifically spoke about the... You know that one tweet of hers where she shows her face and then a bunch of people are quote tweeting that saying that she's ruined VTubing? I think that's the extent of my coverage. And wrong guess again, BB. I am genuinely disappointed in you lot. Genuinely disappointed. Big time. Oh wait, oh, Leonard be thinking. Leonard be thinking. It's the liberation of the Warsaw Ghetto. That is, in fact, not the diorama we'll be building. Although, are you building bolt action? I am not building bolt action. I imagine I'd have some fun doing that though, but that seems like more of a, I don't know, I'm doing a stream collaboration with the president of Warsaw kind of event. Not, you know, 8 PM on a random Thursday. But I will say right now, this is a commitment. If I collaborate with the president of Warsaw, we're gonna do the liberation of the Warsaw Ghetto minis building diorama thingamajig. What the fuck is August 20th supposed to mean? Well, kinda nothing, kinda something, okay? It's just one of those things, Leonard, where you either get it or you don't get it. Hey, Cozy, Trzaskowski, yeah. How you doing? Since we're on the topic of Poland, by accident, how about the fake American trailer park in Poland? I think for this video, at least, I'm going to play a video game, and then shortly we can move on to the miniature building part of this stream. But I want to give you a few more guesses before we get there. I am officially resetting everyone's guesses because it looks like everyone here got it wrong, so you get a second chance at being the top gay. You can knock Cheeto out of his spot. Think about what that means for you. This is like a proper fucking event. You can put that on your CV. What's the question? There is no question. There is only the guessing. Kingdom of Death? I do not know what that is, but I am intrigued enough to Google. Oh yeah, those are some kind of minis. That's kind of cool. Okay, do you guys want a hint? Give a hint. Okay. It's 40k, but not 40k. That is the hint that you are getting for now. Let me guess it goes back to the 1980s for this trailer park. I do not know. We will see very shortly. This was recommended by Cheeto, and if I remember correctly, the last time we watched a video like this one, it was very good. Give hint. Beansy, you might want to hit the refresh button because I'm thinking you might be a solid few seconds behind. 41k. Cheeto, no. Cheeto. Come on, Cheeto. Come on, bro.
A few months.
Cheeto, if you ain't gonna get it, who's gonna get it? Leonard. Leonard. A man after my own heart, Leonard. How could you not have guessed it earlier? My wife's husband's pre-order has arrived, and it was an unwise financial decision, but I'll be damned if they don't look good as fuck, man. Anyway, let us begin with... I went to a fake American trailer park in Poland. Hey, Leonard, I'm a content creator, bro. Come on. I know I'm a small streamer, but come on. But no, real talk though, it's available. Well, I mean, it's available. The delivery is all over the place. There's so many people who haven't got it yet, but I mean, I got it. So, fucking big dub. Big dub. So Leonard either gets to be a top gay or time someone out for the rest of the day. I don't know where the rest of the day came in that, but yeah, what are you thinking, Leonard? Are we timing out Saku again?
Months ago, I saw a reel on Instagram where a group of people in Poland...
Like the Destiny video game? I do not know how to answer that, Shido. Could you ask that question differently? I'd like to hold on to my time-up bullet for the moment. Bro, I would not be particularly into the tabletop StarCraft, if not for the fact that... So, I have been greatly enjoying Spearhead, and I'm not really looking for anything extra per se, but do you know how you and I, Leonard, love Age of Sigmar? Like, we fucking love Age of Sigmar. Like, it is proper love. Like, if I could... If the choice was, like, you're hanging off the ledge, and my Age of Sigmar miniatures are hanging off the ledge, like, you would die, because I would grab my Age of Sigmar miniatures in the first place. That's how my wife is with StarCraft. And, you know, with that in mind, I figured, let's give it a go. I do not remember half the controls in this game. And it's only been like a handful of days since I played it last. Not the Destiny video game, but the one he played. Like from where he was starting. Yes, Chido. Yes, you're thinking of StarCraft 2, the video game, the competitive scene. That's actually kind of how esports started. In my case, though, it's the tabletop. But yes, Chido, you are fucking spot on. I completely forgot about that bit of lore.
Were cosplaying Americans.
We're in fucking America.
More specifically, they were
role-playing
role-playing an American community living in a
still
trailer
could.
park in Ohio, celebrating the 4th of July. Along with the millions of people who saw that reel, I found the idea of this lab fascinating and immediately knew I had to attend it and film it.
Hell yeah.
So I got in touch with Lab Ventures, the company that organizes it, and begged them to let me come. To my shock and delight, they agreed. So what you're about to watch here is a group of people gathered in a small trailer park in Poland, pretending for 2 days to be Americans, living
Bro,
out
I
their
should have
American
gone.
dream and dramas in pristine park.
This shit sounds absolutely fire. Because I don't imagine... It's not like fucking American Polonia, right? Which are predominantly brain-dead people as far as I'm aware. This is going to be like people who have next to like fucking no understanding of actual politics. And I imagine they're just there for like more of the trailer park experience than anything else. You know what I mean? I feel like this would have been so fucking cool to be there for. It's a much more intense experience than I had realized. Ooh, then we are in for a treat, my friend.
Ohio.
Just about to enter pristine park, Ohio, Poland for the first time. I'm so excited and a little bit nervous. I'm really curious what this is going to be like.
Just to explain the terminology, the acronym LARP stands for Live Action Role Playing. It's basically a game where the players take on fictional...
Yeah, but usually it's like Ren Fair. like the mermaid stuff that that Quill does, which is actually super fucking cool. It usually involves an element of the like the fantastical to it. In here, they're LARPing as trailer park residents of America.
Characters and play out a very loose scenario over a period of time. It's a little bit like improv.
The thing that I find really, really impressive about this setup is that it's an actual like trailer park, like an actual caravan park, and it looks so realistic.
The game takes place in an actual trailer park in the woods of Poland, except this is actually a holiday park for families on vacation. But for a couple of days, it stops being Ilki, Poland, and becomes Pristine Park, Ohio. And just as I walked in, the local community was throwing a pretty classic event. Definitely made me feel like we were in a small American town.
Right now on the program, we've got
I wanna know. I don't expect them to speak English in there, but if they do with like a really heavy Ohioan accent, I think that'd be cool as fuck.
American pie contest.
So, welcome everyone to the first Pristine Pie baking competition.
Poland for the Polish, America for the Americans and the Polish. True. Polska dla Polaków, Anglia dla Anglików I Polaków.
Honestly, the lady who's in charge, the one that's hosting the pie contest, she is just so incredibly convincing. She's so in the role. She's really stereotypical, like perfect Stepford wife who's just out there to choose the best pie of the neighborhood, and she's damn serious about it. Every single person here is so deeply immersed in this world of like perfect Americana, and yeah, it's really cool to see.
Results will be announced in probably about half an hour.
While we wait for the results to be announced, I want to show you the hub of the community, Joyce's Diner. I don't know if trailer parks in the US have diners attached to them, but we're not here to perfectly replicate the American way of life, right? Still, that Taste of Freedom beer actually sounds pretty good.
The organized.
There's people from lots of countries who come to this, who come to do this LARP, and they speak in accents, but it's all English. Dude, next year, I'm going. Next year, we're doing a fundraiser, okay? And I'm going. What city is this in Poland? Did she say?
This just gave me some fake US dollars.
Hey, oh, Salty, have fun, man.
At the diner. So I am allowed to get something at the bar. I don't know what I can get with this. What can $3 get me out here?
3 coffees or 1 refill and Taste of Freedom.
Taste of Freedom? Oh my gosh, yeah. We get a Taste of Freedom? Of course.
After the game, I got to talk to some of the players, so I want to show you little vignettes of what they had to say about their characters as we go through this experience. First off, the owner of the diner, Joyce.
So I played a character named Joyce, who...
You will need a something emote outfit so you don't blind everyone with your bald head. I live in Poland. Every other man here is bald. Literally, I've just paused the video. On the right side, that man in the brown jacket is bald. Literally, as I was saying that every other person in Poland's bald, there's a bald guy on screen.
owns the beautiful diner. She
that would not be that far of a trip. Couple of hours by car, I can do a couple of hours.
She had cancer. She's a cancer survivor, so she's
Listen,
been
would you
through
stop with it,
a
man?
lot.
Come on.
Chemotherapy, all that burden that comes with, you know, putting a lot of pressure on your family to keep everything going that you left behind because you're stuck in a hospital, and obviously a hospital in America, getting the treatment that you need is not cheap. So once she came back here home trying to regain her life, she had to deal with the fact that her family had to give up all of their dreams to keep her dream alive, which is the diner.
This was my first insight into the very emotional, very human stories that played out in this game.
Okay, the next attraction on tonight's program is the beauty pageant.
But first, we need to find out who won the pie contest.
Beth,
Fuck.
congratulations.
This cake was made with a lot of love from the recipe of my dear mother. So I'm so happy that you enjoy it with me.
The next competition of the night, a beauty pageant.
Please welcome.
All right, let's go. A beauty pageant.
Human nature.
My character was Trudy Lawford, who is an 18-year-old aspiring rapper, trying really hard to make it out of.
Oh Jesus, it's like a proper trailer park experience. I've never lived in a trailer park, but I imagine this is what they're all like. Quit patting Chris on the head as this leads to Chris being bald. True, it's the talk, you know. I'm not naturally bald. It's all of your fault. Did they have someone like J-Rock? Well, that was a Canadian trailer park.
Where she's come from and where her family is, and just wanting to have more for her life.
Sure as hell is it dad using this to debate? He'll make the house a home once America is great. I didn't know I could talk about Trump.
Oh!
Did I have a point of view? Oops, I didn't know I could talk about you.
Does this ability move me? A little bit.
Thank you for this extraordinary
Okay, never mind.
The format of the beauty pageant, it's pretty classic. So you've got 4 judges and all of them are like celebrities of some kind, kind of like Western celebrities and singers and rock stars. And the girls are there to show off all of their assets. They're dancing, they're catwalking, they're answering questions. It's hard to know who is going to win.
Did you write the book of love, and do you have faith in God above? If the Bible tells you so, do you believe in rock and roll? Can music save your mortal soul? And can you teach me how to dance real slow?
Yeah, he's very excited.
Right, I was playing Crystal Lowe, which is obviously not her real name. She was Maya Black, who escaped from Alaska and ended up being one of the sex workers in the trailer park.
Pretty controversial figure.
Yeah, but also incredibly interesting to play. She was very well written. There was so much depth to her that I really enjoyed exploring.
I think the American dream is that we get to dream. It's not about dreams coming true, necessarily. It's about the hope that one day they can. No matter where you start, no matter where life might lead you, you get to hope that one day it'll be better.
Yeah!
Hallelujah, praise God.
Can anybody help here? Have you seen that? No.
I heard you say, shut up, child.
That before you hear. You don't have any proof.
Okay, first, come with me, come with me. Let's not make a scene.
He discovered the cross being upside down.
What is fucking happening now?
I don't know what is happening now. Like, he's trying to beat me for something I didn't know. Like,
I don't know. This has taken a turn. Is this part of the LARP? Is this an actual drama? I'm assuming, based on how it's going, that this is part of the experience. They better start a fight. Well, it is an American trailer park. I imagine a fight is just going to be a part of it. I'd be rather surprised otherwise.
he doesn't have any proof that I did it,
Okay.
but he thinks I did it.
We're in fucking America.
Come on,
The country of our Lord. And you think you can just...
this is not a play. This is not a play.
She's a child. We can talk with her, explain that to her, but not hit her in the face.
No, but the Lord apparently is saying that we can beat people.
We don't need to shout out here.
So if you did that,
Hey, I'm...
down, woman.
Okay, don't Don't talk to
Excuse me?
people like this. Don't talk to people like this. We are brothers and sisters.
I'm just getting worked up. I'm so sorry.
I know.
The players get into their roles so deeply that it's very easy to become convinced that what you're seeing right now is real life. There's a lot of really interesting characters here. The guy walking around with a bag of trash is an actual street sweep. His job is to pick up the trash that is thrown around here and clean up after everyone. So basically everybody's encouraged to throw their trash around, and he then goes ahead and picks it up.
While I was playing Roger White, he's a very honest soul with a dark past. He's the dustman of the trailer park, so a very humble job. He's basically doing that because he feels like he needs to redeem himself, because he had a drunk driving accident when he was young and killed a woman. And ever since then, he's been clean.
Is this just all of them going to therapy? It feels like a sort of like a, you know, you're going to confront your fears, but in a therapeutic sort of way where it's not really serious, but it's kind of treated like it's serious. I mean, I don't know. It seems cool to say the least.
And working every day not to relapse.
We're still waiting for the results of the beauty pageant to be announced. We don't know who the beauty queen will be just yet. But one thing that I can tell you is that right after the beauty pageant, there is a boxing match. Okay, the results of the beauty pageant are in.
The winner and the queen is one and only Ho! Let's Kristen Park. Go wear the crown with pride.
It's a quite emotional experience. It seems that way, yeah.
Is that in America, that would have been a pickup truck.
Come next to the ring to see our participants. Will be...
True, but also a lot of the, for whatever reason, I'm thinking like pickup-esque trucks. I don't know if a lot of them wouldn't be like not legal here in Poland. I know that we've had a problem in the past where some of the bigger American vehicles that were being imported here, even if they met like the legal conditions to actually be allowed to drive them on the road, were causing huge fucking issues because there wasn't enough parking spots for them. A lot of the roads, even if they are sort of like legally within the requirements, a lot of the roads just aren't suited for cars that size. Hey Rosie, hey Productive, how are you doing, loves? Like, I drive a car here in Poland, and it's very often that I drive through roads or places where I drive a relatively smallish car. It's not a small car, I wouldn't say, but it's not one of the big ones either. And very often I drive on roads where two cars cannot fit in alongside each other. So what usually has to happen is one of us has to give way by sort of going off-road a little bit. I like your VTuber model. I'm glad you do, Productive. It cost me a whole $20, so it better be good. I want to heal first. They're just impractical and dangerous. Well, that too, yeah.
Fighting honorably today on 4th of July.
Although we do have pickups here in Poland.
Very important day for every American.
This is the energy that fight needed to have, by the way. Hold on, Beans. What is it that you've just linked?
Yo, they still
The fuck? You Americans are fucking crazy. It reminds me of that time ages ago when some lady shot a fucking McDonald's worker because they were out of chicken nuggets. I am a chicken nuggets enjoyer, but holy shit. Worth every penny. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. I think it's mostly Dodge Rams 1500s. I know we have some Rams here in Poland, but I think they're still obscenely expensive, really, for what you get. Yeah! I know, I drive a Toyota, and I am very, very satisfied with that vehicle. I'll just real talk. It's, other than the one time that my car was sort of bitten to shit by a horse, I have not had any incidents at all. It's just such a good, reliable car. It's just, unfortunately, it comes in a slightly, it comes in a color that horses apparently mistake for food or whatever the fuck. Although, to be fair, I think it was slightly different. But still, other than that one horse incident, it's been a very good car. Your car was bitten by a horse? Yes, a little while ago. My wife took the car to work, and they put up salt on the roads here in Poland because it was winter time. Well, it was winterish, and I think the horse just started licking the car, and it liked the salty flavor to it, so it just started biting it too. And after a very short period of time, that car was in a rough condition.
Please give a hearty welcome to the one and only Chris May. Proud father and husband. One and
But I blocked
only
that, but okay.
Marcus Thunderbolt Valentine.
So I played Marcus Valentine, a former boxing champion, now a boxing coach.
Is it going to be a
veteran,
real boxing
a
fight?
father of 2 lovely children, and a husband to a beautiful wife.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail, and the twilight stands gleaming, whose red stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly gleaming.
What the fuck? What is happening? Is that what Plague does? Every time I run out of stamina, I get like a little fucking stun. That's nasty. Oh no, it is an actual boxing match. You just smacked him in the face. Wait, no, it's not an actual boxing match. Okay, so that's a LARP too, okay. I mean, fair enough. I got slightly excited.
Well, I'm not going to stick around until the end of the boxing match because I've got dog parenting duties to attend to, but I will be back.
That is anticlimactic. Plus, I imagined you'd actually... I was going to say, imagine you'd be allowed to take your dog with you to a trailer park, but it's a pretend trailer park, so maybe not. Do you have a set time for streaming, or are you just going wherever the wind takes you? Currently, I stream Thursdays and Fridays, starting around 8 PM Polish time, but that will change in the near future. Probably sometime either near the mid or end of next month, because my work schedule is changing a little bit, so I will have, I would like to go to a different sort of time window for streaming. Thursday, Friday might stay, but I think I'll go live sooner than 8 PM. I usually, well no, not usually, every single time actually, when I go live, I let people in my Discord know by notifying everyone. So if you end up sticking around and liking the stream, I highly encourage you to join the Discord.
Back tomorrow, because tomorrow I'd really love to learn a little bit more about what makes people take part in an event like this. What is the inherent motivation for people to be here and pretend that they're Americans celebrating the 4th of July?
It's just got because it's just fun, right?
Ohio. So yeah, that's what we'll do tomorrow. But for now, I need to get back to Vilk.
I imagine it's like when you go to a Ren fair. It's, I don't really think you go to that Ren fair for some profound reason most of the time. It's just probably just good fun.
Hello. Hi. Who's your good boy? Were you waiting for me?
Ah, he's a cute dog. All is forgiven now.
You're just taking a little nap? Yeah, good boy. Welcome back to Pristine Park, Ohio, Poland. We're back at the lab. This is day 2. Yesterday, I showed you guys a bunch of the, really fun events that took place here. The beauty pageant, the American Pie competition, the boxing match. But today, I want to go a little bit deeper. Today, I'm hoping that I can chat to some of the participants and see why exactly they're here. You know, what is it about America specifically that made them want to be here and cosplay Americans? Like, that's pretty unusual. You know, I've never heard of anyone cosplaying Polish people or French people, you know?
I don't know. I've seen a lot of far right wingers in America try and cosplay Europeans. I will say, okay, it's just they don't have the excuse of doing it at a fair. They're just trying to do it 24/7.
This is pretty special. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to chat to some of them and, yeah, just get a slightly deeper, more meaningful perspective. There's a little group of people who are about to start roasting marshmallows, so let's go and see what that looks like.
Okay, so my character was Bud Lawford. He was a poacher and a deadbeat dad. He's out of work, down on his luck, and very angry.
What's going on there? There's a fight.
I'm fucking rich, and I already ordered those.
Oh, did you now? Well, did you sign a prenup?
See you in court, asshole.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Yeah.
Half of everything is mine. Yeah, it is.
No, it's not. I'm gonna take my daughter's.
Hey, Amanax, how you doing, love? Welcome. 17 months. I do not know why a sound was not played for that resubscription, but I appreciate you subscribing a ton. How are you doing? How's life? We are watching a video about Polish people in Łódź pretending to be Americans out of an Ohio trailer park.
Fucking leave them.
You're fucking not. I sacrifice everything for my family.
You sacrificed everything for Donald fucking Trump.
I did not. I just
You
went
left
on the
your
fucking
fucking
campaign.
job for him. Woo.
Deal with it, Connie. Half of it is mine.
Hello, fellow
What was
kids.
it like playing?
Chris
The best-
too higher,
this
Chris
has
too
got to
higher.
be... There we go. Now it's come through. This has got to be such a trip. Because what I was thinking at first is that it's just a bunch of people who have like this common desire to pretend to be in an Ohioan trailer park, right? Is that how you... Ohioan? Would that be the correct form of that? Ohioan? There's probably going to be Ohioan, right? Anyway... So I thought that it's just going to be a bunch of people just, you know, sitting around the campfire talking in a silly American accent, and then everyone just kind of goes home after 2 days. This is like if you were in a... This is almost like if you were in a zoo. Like you're just randomly walking by, randomly talking to people, and suddenly you hear some kind of a fucking scream, so your attention obviously naturally drags you there. You arrive, and it's like a play in the middle of existing, you know what I mean? Add an extra O. Ohioan? Ohioan just sounds weird, though. Ohioan sounds so... Is it just me, chat? Are you with me? Is Ohioan better sounding than Ohioan? It's gotta be, right? The only thing missing is vote Vivek poster on a random wall. Where did they even stand with Vivek now? The man fucking disappeared after the primaries.
That character for you.
It was a huge challenge because obviously I'm a very different kind of person, but I was really looking forward to it as well because it really gives you permission to misbehave and just be an awful person. Like maybe sometimes we get like that in real life, but you try not to.
I want to kill myself when I look at you.
Well, go on then. We're stopping you.
Fuck. You're such a joke. You're such a fucking joke.
I loved you, Connie. I actually loved you.
Oh God, don't start again.
Well, I did.
Don't fucking. What are you all looking at, huh?
Okay, I started talking with her. I wanted to intervene, but she
Well, that's how they say it. Not anymore. Not anymore, Beans.
Fuck off!
Every character in the game has a story, right? And many characters are interconnected. Their family, their partners, their friends, or enemies. And so spontaneously during the course of the game, of the role play, situations will come up and flare up where, you know, they're interacting with, have, you know, crises, they have conflicts. And what happened just here is that a married couple, well, she found out that he was cheating on her, so she got mad. She flipped
Come
out,
on,
and then he
productive,
flipped
you
out.
love it.
Basically, like the story, in the storyline, they are like they're like in a toxic relationship. They're kind of mutually abusive, And that was kind of the result of their situation escalating. So it's really interesting because it feels to me like, you know, the people who were taking part in that interaction were really, really in it. It felt very real.
You cannot stop her from divorcing me.
I
Who do you
can't.
think you are?
I try, but she's afraid of you, so she won't talk to me.
She's not afraid of me.
Yeah, she is.
She fucking hits me.
I think there is some element of the fictionalized idea of it that excites people as a fiction, and very much knowing that it is removed from reality. And when we think about the actual reality of it, we're very conscious of we don't want to actually offend real people because it's about poverty and being, you know, disenfranchised and being left behind. Like even the racist and the MAGA characters, they all have character sheets where that's written into the character sheet, where they have a reason for why they have these negative stances.
Right.
And that doesn't make it, it's not an excuse, but it explains it. Like it kind of makes you understand it.
Yeah.
And there is an element, of course, to like fictional Americana, like American Gods, the American Road Trip. It's like, you know, freedom, whatever. I think none of us believe that that is a reality, but it is fun to play.
Well, you may remember this space from yesterday. This is the church. But since yesterday, it's been defaced. So this is all part of the game, right? At night, some of the local, like, rebellious kids came in and they just graffitied obscenities all over the tent, all over the church, sorry. So that's kind of what the situation is right now. I hear that the priest is not very happy about this. He is pretty upset, actually. And he's just about to speak to the people. So let's go and see what he says.
Crime is right in front of us. We all know it. The devil is strong. But you know, thank you. You know who is stronger? It's God, of course. Jesus is strong.
Such a missed opportunity for him to go, you know what is stronger? Flex Seal, and then just throw a cheeky little bit of an advertisement in there. Just gotta make your dough.
Stronger than any man. Jesus is stronger than any devil. His love will always prevail. So, let us sing. Let's turn our hearts and voices toward God, so He can hear us praying Him from the bottom of our heart. Come on, show me your dedication to the word's love. Glory, glory, hallelujah.
Do you know what I really like about this? Aside from literally everything. I like the fact usually when you go to like an event like this and you take some kind of a role, people would be like self-conscious over all kinds of things, right? Like if you're pretending to be an American and you have an accent, for example, that might get in the way of your comfort of pretending to be an American, right? But in here, it's such a genuinely, it seems to be such a multicultural experience that I don't think anyone actually gives that much of a fuck. It looks like they're all there just to have fun and nobody's... Now, admittedly, I'd maybe like to see some American accents being put on, but even without that, it's just fun. It's just fun to listen to.
Hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on.
Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on.
So I was playing Lester, 4th of July. He's one of the Red Caps, which is the gang.
What makes you hesitant, baby?
Troublemaker. Yeah.
So did you guys, were you the ones that wrecked the church?
Yeah. I mean, I was that was mostly young kids, but I was part of that. I kind of encouraged it. I had them write a specific message to encourage one of my pals from the gang. So I witnessed the thing go down.
Does the boy need to go to the hospital too?
If he wants to have his leg in full function, yeah, he should.
Apparently there was a shooting, there was a fight. I'm not even keeping track anymore, but we're
There's a
headed
lot of
over
shit
to
going
the
on,
scene
yeah.
of the crime with the paramedics to see what is actually going on.
Give him something.
Can you afford taking the ambulance to hospital? Or do you want to go with your private car like your friend did?
Okay, wait a second. I'm making this joke. Are you insured?
Fuck no.
So will you help him or not?
How? We cannot help him here. If the nurse said he needs to go to the hospital, we can take him to the hospital if he's paying for that, or he can take a private car.
Do you take a check?
It's your decision. How
I'm gonna drive him to the hospital. Ain't no one got the money for the ambulance. Thank you for your service.
Okay.
See, it's a very faithful American experience.
The Weevil wagon.
Is Cal still in there?
We'll come to you. Just lay down, please.
This is my first time playing like a serious character or like a very like outward character.
Yeah.
Which I thought difficult for me because usually in real life I'm very like meek and quiet and I don't really say my opinion, and Lester's like very the opposite of that. So it was tough, but it was a lot of fun.
Lay down, you
If you don't mind me asking why you're watching a video while playing, because I literally can't multitask without being overwhelmed. I'm kind of the other way, especially recently, because I spend a lot of functional, valuable brain power at work, so I'm left with silly brain power for when I'm here. And with what I imagine is ADHD, I get bored, and then I start sort of fidgeting with things around, and then I stop paying attention to the actual video. And this way, I can both pay attention to the video and do something else with the rest of my silly brain.
You know, the great American dream is something that even we as Europeans think of, and I think it can hit many of us. We grew up watching American movies, and we do get affected by that perspective of what it could be like to live that dream. And even though, you know, 4th of July is not necessarily about that, you know, glorious side of America, it's unfortunately about this sadder, more realistic part of America.
For now, she's stable. Right now, it's not working very good. I'm sorry. Joyce, my wife, had cancer, and we are quite struggling here, like other families too. But yeah, the cancer is back, and we
a little
don't have
bit productive,
a lot of money
a little
for
bit,
the
yeah.
treatment, and that was pretty intense.
Yeah.
Even though we are all very much aware this is fictional, it's the same way as when we watch movies or read books. We have this capability to care for characters that we know they don't exist. So when you like step into somebody else's shoes, and very often it's somebody that's very different to your true self, it can really hit you how many ways people can struggle in life that you never even thought about, and it just moves you.
Stupid boy.
You know, I wanted to put myself in that person's shoes, wanted to put myself in there, feel like what that's like, you know? What is that like? How would that feel for me? Because like in real life, I have a pretty comfortable life, but I think it's sometimes nice to also think about the people that don't have a comfortable life. Like, what is that like? It kind of gives you like a broader perspective on the world.
Just a body now.
The game is slowly coming to an end, and what happens at the end of the game is that a lot of the like interpersonal conflicts between players, different stories.
Yeah, they're good
Kind
actors.
of come to fruition or escalate or come to some kind of crescendo. Anyway, things really kind of pick up towards the very end, and there's a lot of drama. And just me being an observer of the drama, right? I'm behind the camera, I'm just watching people, I'm not interacting with them. Even that alone
Also,
has
good
made
on you,
me
productive.
so
Good on you for
emotional,
taking care of that
so
lady.
emotionally invested when I see people crying and really feeling those emotions, even though we all know we're just role playing, it doesn't matter. When I see them crying, real tears, I start crying. Real tears, I got teary-eyed like 3 times already. These emotions are real. The relationships that they're based on, the events that they're based on are not real, but the emotions themselves are very, very, very real, and it's hard to explain. But if anything, it just goes to show how incredibly contagious human emotions are. That, again, we all are aware that this is all make-believe, this is all fake, It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Our bodies, our physiologies still.
Hey, this 4 years.
Well, holy
yeah.
shit, I think
man.
48 means 4 years.
Here's to another 4, my guy. Here's to another 4. To think that I've stuck through with just like hobby streaming for so long as well. It's just, it's such a... It's not even like a small side hobby out of the hundreds that I've had throughout the years. You know what I mean? It's like a genuine thing. Shit, man. Making me feel old. Can't imagine what you feel like. Although for you, 4 years is like, it's like nothing, right? It's like a fucking bleep. It will be sad when you're no longer with us, Diz.
React to those emotions that we've created. And just, again, goes to show how powerful emotions are and how infectious they are between humans. And so the 4th of July LARP slowly came to an end.
Diz, me too.
Finally, everyone could shed their characters, the roles they'd been playing for 2 days. And so this was the moment I could finally start interacting with people.
I am 1000%. If this is happening next year, I'm actually, Chido, because you've looked into this, right? Because this is your content recommendation, which also, by the way, very cool content recommendation. Big ups, Chido. Chido stonks strong as ever. You've probably looked into it. Did you look at like the pricing and shit? Or like the exclusivity? What kind of what are we looking at here?
You might be curious as to who these players are in real life. First off, I was shocked that so many different nationalities had descended on a small village in Poland for this event. Where did you come from for this game?
Germany, Leipzig in Eastern Germany.
I came from Denmark.
I recently moved to Poland from the United States.
Switzerland.
Oh, nice.
I'm from Austria, Vienna.
I am from North Carolina in the United States.
Okay.
And so traveled here for the game. I had heard about it and really wanted to kind of see how everything happened.
So you traveled all the way from the United States as an American to play an American.
Yes, and we have so many of those here. There are several Americans who traveled from America to be here.
So what attracted you to this specific game?
It would be something
Hey,
fun
Jenny.
to do, something memorable.
I
How are you
think
doing?
it's a very interesting and a very well-made game.
I like the aesthetics a bit.
For 20 euros, not memeing even. A bit on the, not cheap, maybe let's put it that way, not cheap. But I don't know, man. I'd obviously need 2 tickets, because I'd go with my wife. 840 euros for a 2-day vacation. Definitely on the steeper end. But not like out of the question kind of steeper, you know? It's one of those steeper where it's like I'm tempted, you know? I want to pretend to be an Ohioan for 2 days. I'm curious, what kind of topic do you like discussing? Vague answer is fine. I don't want to. No, you're all good. I do variety streaming, so usually we cover whatever is trendy or whatever I find interesting at the time. And very often it is in some degree political. VTuber dramas as well, whenever those happen, but it has to be something that I have genuine interest in rather than something I'm forcing myself to pretend to be interested in just because the VTuber in question is like someone popular or whatever. How are you? I am alright, Jenny. How about yourself?
I also played it before, so I knew it was good.
As a German, and Germans avoid their flag like the plague, this was a lot. But I also think it immediately tore you into a very different world.
Mm-hmm.
And that was helpful to get into the character, and weirdly it grew on me. I don't know, like felt like home.
You know, the story I think that everyone told
No
together
worries,
is
bro, no
truly
worries.
the beautiful part. Like the roller coaster of kind of hope and redemption and like trying
Fuck
to
me.
find commonality and love people that you disagree with, right? Like it all just feels very familiar. As someone living in the US right now, you know, those are struggles that we have a lot of times with our families in the political environment.
Does the American dream still exist?
But I can do both because for me personally, I don't think it ever existed.
I would say that no, unfortunately, because my feeling is that
I mean, it certainly existed in some form, right? Like when you were able to get a fucking house and feed a family of 3 just off of like a basic working class job and salary. That was some form of an American dream. Unfortunately, that shit is that's gone. That's very gone.
It's kind of capitalistic propaganda. That's a feeling I'm getting when I hear about it.
I would like to believe that. I'm not sure I do, but I guess as long
True,
as
baby.
there is people who believe that, they can bring it back.
I hope for some of them are. For me, it never really existed, I think.
Do you believe that the American dream is still alive?
Yes. Yeah. People have this idea, and even if they know it's not going to work out, it's a dream, it's a fantasy. So it's hard to kill.
I mean, that's a tough question. To me, the American dream means hope, in a sense, you know? And in that sense, yeah, I think it's still alive. When you come from tough situations, hope is like the most important thing you can have, because if you don't have hope, then
Yeah.
what do you have really? So, yeah, in that sense, I think it's still alive.
Do you believe that the American dream is still alive?
Nah, babes. No, I don't think so. But also, what is the American dream to begin with? Don't we all have a dream? I mean.
Well, this has been a fascinating event to witness and to be an observer of. When I first heard about this LARP, I guess I just expected it to be like people cosplay.
Living in America is low-key tough, because what do you mean you need to work part-time alongside your regular, coming from experience, just to meet quota? That is not low-key, that is high-key. The fact that at times you have to work several jobs just to afford basic necessities is fucked. Although I will say that's it's not just America that's like that, you know? We have European countries that are in quite a sorry shape as well, where that is very much the reality for a lot of people. Writ large, Europe does better, but that's because usually when somebody says Europe does better, they are talking about the Nordics, Germany, France, and like the Netherlands, and then that's it really. When they say Poland, but when they say, you know, Europe, they're certainly not thinking about Poland, or they're not thinking about fucking Croatia or whatever, you know. It's the rich European countries, not the Eastern Europe.
Americans. I just kind of simplified it that way in my mind, and I almost like aestheticized it, if that's a word. I thought that people just kind of came here for the aesthetic to kind of role play this fantasy of being an American person. That's not what this was.
That's what I thought that was going to be as well, yeah.
Having talked to a number of the players after the game, it seems to me like for a lot of them, the motivation actually lies in a very different place, in a much better place, I think, a place of empathy. A lot of people talked about wanting to spend, you know, a few moments in another person's shoes, to walk a mile in another person's shoes, and to feel what it could be like to live life in a very different gear and experience it from a different perspective. And that is such a beautiful thing, because I feel like with games like this, you really expand your capacity for empathy, for shifting perspectives, for building your ability to be a compassionate human being. And I believe that that's something that we all build. And I saw that in everyone tonight. Yeah, honestly, I'm just feeling really emotional. God. I didn't expect to get this emotional about a LARP. But it's kind of beautiful.
Such a good song as well. Such a good song. I fucking love this song so much, man. Alright, gang, that was the Ohioan LARP. Straight out of Poland. Good content recommendation, Cheeto. Now, Cheeto, there's only one question left for me to ask. Are we going next year?
Another one.
Hey, Asvarov. Hello from Lithuania. Hello, hello. How are you doing, my friend? How is life in Lithuania? Shit. Shit. Okay, there we go. Life in Lithuania is pretty good. That's what we like to hear. Sniped. Chris is a good American. I am the best American. And also, Azra, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Fuck me. Fuck me. I do not like this area. Momentarily, I shall move us onto the other content. Fuck you. Fucking sniping skeletal cunts. Yeah, I'm gonna pace it for him. What game is this? This is the first Berserker Kazan. It is the first Berserker, right, chat? I keep calling it the last Berserker, and it's the first Berserker. But for whatever reason, the first Berserker just does not want to roll off the tongue naturally. Like, I'm convinced the devs have named this game incorrectly, even though it makes perfect sense because this guy is supposedly the first Berserker. But I don't know, I cannot get over that name. It's strange. Everything is good in Lithuania except for the prices, but thankfully God invented Poland for that. Look, Globalize. Once I'm in charge of Poland, and once Lithuania has returned into the fold, once I've absorbed your country, you shall enjoy greatness like you've never seen it before, my guy. It's just a matter of time. You know it, I know it. You will be the first of many to awaken to the cult of Krys. We're going to make the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth once again. I will lead it, obviously. And then she's just going to be pure fire from that point onwards. Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth already happened, bro. Yeah, but I wasn't in charge of it, Asvarov. And when I'm in charge of it, that's when shit starts popping off. The capacity that I have in me to be a dictator is only matched by just the sheer amount of charisma. Shit's gonna pop off, I'm telling you. If Candace Owens can have a cult, I can have a cult, alright? KrysSpeaks. How you doing, Ray? Will you rename your last name to Piast too? No. I shall do no renaming. It will be my dynasty that's next. And you will all love it. Every single one of you will love it. Because the ones who don't are going to be locked up in the gulag. I'm going to take over. You don't have to do anything. Come on, Globalize. You couldn't take over even if you tried, bro. I like the energy, but let's be real. Let's be real. Realistically speaking, I'd be a better ruler. You wish you'd be a better ruler. It's this exact arrogance that would make me get rid of you early on. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Hey, cheers for the hydrate, Rhythm. Let me take a quick sip. Where drama? For the Chibi Reviews drama, we've discussed that earlier. It was very nonsensical, to be honest with you. No, not nonsensical. Chibi remains the same fuckwit as always. It's low stakes, I should say. But it was very, very, very brief. And now we've got another Owlish debate. Another Owlish debate. And I feel like this will be good for me to start building my minis to. Game of Thrones started? What do you mean Game of Thrones started? Like a new season of something or something? What game is this? This is the first Berserker Kazan. I think I'm nearing a boss fight, so I'll just finish this area. Have you ever played Resident Evil? Yes, on stream actually. We are somewhere in the middle of Requiem. Middle-ish, maybe. And we have completed the previous 2 games on stream. Oof. 7 and 8? I believe so, yeah. Village and whatever came before Village, if I remember correctly. I'm going to be the Tywin to your Joffrey. I'm not going to be Joffrey, bro. Joffrey wishes he was me. Plus, Joffrey was a little fucking sociopath, spoiled and shit. I'm far from that. Far from that. I do not know what character I would be like. Game of Thrones has famously dogshit rulers. Did you play the remake trilogy? I played, I do not remember if it was the first one or the second one. We played one of the remakes. The one where you play as Leon and you can then later play as Claire. That's the one we've played on stream, out of the remakes. Oh, by the way, Cheatster, if you're still there, or actually not just necessarily Cheedo, anyone who's watched the debate that Cheedo linked in on Hinged, the debate between Owlish and Ogre Boy, what do I need to ready myself for with that debate? Because Owlish is phenomenally stupid, so I'm just trying to get a bearing on how bad it's going to be. I didn't realize Ogre Boy's an actual person until that debate was linked, by the way. I genuinely thought it's just a Twitter account. I am dreading it a little bit. Should be fun, though. Every debate that Owlish has taken part in so far has been fun. A bad kind of fun, but fun nonetheless. Going blind? Alright, going in blind then. It will just be a moment longer in this, and then we're jumping into the debate. And then I can build some minis on stream. Do you like football? I like playing football. I have indescribably little interest in the, like, watching football. I like playing it, though. Plus, we followed the championships a little bit, but that wasn't even because anyone particularly liked football. It was mostly because we all felt some type of way about how Argentina played, and so we were cheering on Spain. But broadly speaking, as far as sports go, we used to be more Eurovision oriented, but Eurovision took a shit as well with the politics and whatnot recently. Fuck me. But we used to roll Eurovision. That shit used to be fire. Eurovision was once peak, yeah. I mean, it was good really up until not the most recent one, but the one before that. And then after that, it was just getting progressively worse and worse and worse. And now it's nowhere near as fun as it used to be. And we used to have so much fun watching it. Proper fucking shame. It started taking a shit when... What was the name of that guy? Was it Just? Or is that what his name, his band, whatever the fuck is called? When he got kicked out, that's when it started getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And nowadays it's just bad. One country keeps rigging it. Yeah, it's the whole thing is... I do not understand why... I do not understand why Israel's part of Eurovision. I genuinely don't. The Dutch guy? Yeah, it was. I think so anyway. I think Justus Dutch. It was one of the weird language countries, so it must have been Dutch. It must have been Denmark, sorry. Come on, how long till a boss fight? This is an unusually long area, I feel like. Okay. Okay. Yes, I do, Christopher. Yeah, that's the one. My wife really likes his songs. I'm not too partial to him. Like, I think they're all right. Nothing to, like, ring home about. My wife has... she puts him on when we're driving somewhere a decent amount. Or rather, she doesn't even put him on. He keeps popping up in the auto playlist. Oh, come on. Sorry for cabs, don't you worry, buddy, don't you worry. Oh, fucking Owlish Ogre Boy debate. As a reminder, gang, we are an hour and a half into the stream. If you are enjoying it, I highly encourage you to hit that follow button. If you are watching on YouTube, I highly encourage you to subscribe and hit that like button. If you're watching it anywhere else, I do not know how, because those are the only two platforms that I'm on. If you have any biddies or any subbies, such as Amazon Prime subscription, that you might want to throw my way, I will gladly accept. Thank you, Azarov, for the one biddy. And if you end up wanting to stick around, I highly encourage you to type out in chat !Discord altogether, and it will link my Discord. And in there, you will be notified of any content that I upload. I am currently only streaming. I am on a semi-permanent hiatus from YouTube, but like I've mentioned earlier, I am looking at some very, very good shift changes at work, which means that I might be able to start making other content as well. No promises, because you know how it gets with me, but I think those of you in particular who have been here for a while know how I feel about my current shifts at work, and how much that has fucking mentally drained me. So knowing that quite soon I'm going back to a far more normal schedule, makes me hopeful. That sounds quite fun, Globalize, actually. I haven't really been into Eurovision, but I like the element of European countries coming together to make music in order to create cohesion between the people of the countries. Yeah, I don't know if that ever actually worked out in practice. But hey, to be fair, there are parts of it that are consistently... that are just consistent. I don't know when the fuck I'll get to the boss, so I'm just gonna call it. I'm gonna call it here because I think this auto saves my progress, and we can fight wherever the boss of this is. Whenever I'm playing this game next. And now we have. Oh.
Hello.
We have Ogre Boy 6. talking to Owlish, which I imagine is going to make all of us feel some type of way. And what I was saying earlier is that one of the points, at least, that people are consistently unified on Eurovision about is the fact that the UK keeps sending absolutely dog shit singers in there, and it's kind of sad, actually. The last time it happened was just sad. The time before that it was pathetic and sad, but this time it was just sad. I just felt for the kid, you know. It was this year, right, when the UK sent that kid who, when they were like saying who got how many points, he was just sat there on his own. Or she was sat there on her own, or they were sat there on their own. I don't remember anything aside from the fact that it was just one lonely person. Look, Mum, no computer was not dog shit. I will have to refresh my memory on that one. What an ugly AI Tate. Why do people use these thumbnails? I don't know, man. It looks abhorrent. I genuinely, I see shit like this, just anything with AI on it, this style, like, it's just awful. It's genuinely, the only art that is legitimately more dog shit than this is the random art solicitations that I get in my Discord DMs, where somebody tells me the fucking sub-story of their life about how their mother's daughter's boyfriend's dog's got cancer, and they desperately need me to buy a new emote or a new profile picture so they can afford the treatment. And then I ask them to send their portfolio, they send it over, and it looks so unimaginably dog shit that I feel like the cancer's got a point on this one. It's just horrid. But this is a close second. This is a close second. Before I click play, let me double check if we are in the clear in terms of my handcam, so that I can show you what we're going to be building today. Hold on, because there was it studio mode? Hell yeah, it was. I'm learning. Bro's learning. After 4 fucking years, bro is learning how this shit works. I can maybe... I feel like this should be all right. We will see. Let me turn studio mode off. No Man Dark streamed. I've only just found this guy, found out about this guy when this was initially shared. Okay, there we go. The hand cam should be functioning. There we go. Thumbs up. The gloves are still fucked. Although the quality of the camera itself should be significantly better, because I have tweaked some shit around. The only other problem that I've just realized is that this is on YouTube. Chido, does Ogre Boy only stream on Twitch, or does he stream on YouTube as well? Because if he only streams on Twitch... Okay, it should be gone now, sorry. I was asking if Ogre Boy only streams on Twitch, because Twitch doesn't have the window in window option, and I need that to make it so that... Take care, Asvarov, take care, buddy. Only Twitch as far as I know, shit. Not ideal, then, not ideal. Because I need a window in window option, and I don't think we've... Never mind, I am literally better than everyone else, just like a born genius. Doesn't Twitch have picture-in-picture? I found it before you said anything. Before you did. You can see, there's something fucky with the light setup, because you can see the shadow of my finger before you can actually see the finger. Whee! But yes, Twitch does appear to have picture-in-picture. Leonard, my friend. Are we not pogging right now? Such an unwise financial decision, but such a cool one. And the box is fucking packed as well. I need to figure out what the fuck we're building first and how to build it. Cheeto telling me don't love him, that will teach me. I never asked Cheeto if he loves me. I asked him if he would love me if I was a worm. That is significantly different. They can't tweak, they can't expand the range, Leonard, until they fix the pre-order bullshit. The fact that I've got it here in Poland faster than some of the people in the UK who have pre-ordered it originally before I did is unacceptable. After they've sorted that out, then yeah, I would be... They're already expanding the range. We're getting fucking siege tanks and shit coming in quick. Hey Goro, hey Andreas, and hey Kotamir. Kotamir Dragonslaw. How you doing? Not today, Andreas.
How you doing? Am I coming through okay?
Working.
Volume check, gang.
Test.
Yep.
The bases
What's up?
here.
Not much. First of all, if you want to, I don't have a huge audience, but if you want to take like a minute just to kind of, no, you don't have to put it in emote mode. That's fine. If you want to take a minute just in,
I'm sorry. Why would they put it in emote only mode?
I don't
What's
know.
going on here?
Nothing. I think they're too used to watching other streamers. So I'm just, it's someone that's like a mod that they wanted to know. They're just being overly
Yes,
careful.
Andreas,
I don't
yes.
know. Yeah, you can go look at my page.
I don't care what people say about me. It's
And I already gave a disclaimer that and the person saying that they're memeing. What I was going to say
Yeah,
is
Andres,
if you want to
also,
take a
yes.
moment to like kind of introduce yourself, I have a poster from the word war debate up so that they kind of understand who I'm talking to. But if you want to like do a quick, 20 or 30 second promo thing of like, hey, I'm so and so, if you want.
no, I'm good. I'm just Owlishness.
Okay.
I'm just really on Twitter. That's really it. I have my own platform. I haven't really uploaded anything yet. That's it.
Okay. Interesting. So to give you like a tiny bit of background as to why I was like wanting to talk in the first place, I know that especially ever since let's say, and there's nothing about this where I'm trying to like place blame or anything. I'm just trying to give a timeline, but like, especially ever since that College Democrats of America thing, the conversation for a lot of the liberal debate panels has been talk about DSA just in general. I've seen you on some of them. I thought you were very passionate about some of the things that you had to say. And I am somebody at the end of the day that does want to.
Passionate is, that's a very... Passionate is... It's a very kind way of putting it.
Know what other people think about stuff. So you seem like somebody that I would definitely want to talk to and maybe...
One sec, chat. I
kind
need
of try
access
to
the
understand your
keyboard.
position a little bit better. Does that seem fair?
Yeah.
So the first big question, right? When I'm listening to people talk, generally they toss around liberal and illiberal, by and large. One of the things that I think would be more helpful to dive past that, what is it specifically that you are ultimately like afraid of about maybe the first 6 or 10 potential like DSA House members? What is it that you're necessarily worried about or afraid of them like essentially enacting?
I think that they would specifically vote against Democratic candidates if they don't. They would sit out votes, and they wouldn't vote for policies that Democratic candidates would want in favor of their own policies. and their policies are more socialism and more illiberal than anything that the moderate, even moderate Republicans that might sometimes cross party lines to vote for in favor of Democrats. So their policies are so far out there; they're literally becoming the boogeyman that Republicans have painted the Democrats as being.
So, but by and large, one of the first things that people point to is public option versus Medicare for all, right? Is that an example that you would point to in that circumstance?
I don't necessarily have an issue with healthcare for all people. I'm kind of ambivalent as to how it happens. I don't really know enough about the healthcare system to begin with to actually make an educated comment on it, but I don't think that Medicare for all is the huge issue here. It's not even. Well, it's not really even on the radar.
Well, to be fair,
find
and
an
I just want to elaborate, because you're saying that the idea is that a DSA candidate would vote against something that the party overall was trying to put forward because it's not what they want. The example that I'm trying to give is I've heard some say that they would vote down a public option because it's not Medicare for all. Is that the sort of thing that you're talking about in general?
Well, I don't know what you mean by a public option. What do you mean by a public option? Like private healthcare?
Well, so essentially, yes, it would be like a lesser tier. There's like single payer, which eliminates a lot of other single payer is more in line with like Medicare for all, but it would directly compete with other like private healthcare options, or maybe even alienate other private healthcare options. Public option is one that would exist and generally not be as favorable and not as all encompassing. But the idea is that what you end up seeing in most cases is the explicit statement that a public option wouldn't go as far as single payer or Medicare for all in general. Hopefully this tracks. But that's the thing where they're saying, because it's not this, I'm going to vote it down because I want the quote unquote the more extreme thing. Does that follow?
Yeah, I don't think that we should vote for the more extreme thing, especially if there isn't an option or there isn't any plan behind it. I think a lot of the DSA policy, I think that's where they fail, is that they kind of give this very vague idea of what people would want, and instead of actually saying how they would do that thing, they just kind of say that they're going to do it. I mean, it's very reminiscent of what Trump did.
You don't even have really specifics about which policy in general. You just feel that they're across the board, like all of them are bad.
Yeah, no, Medicare for all would be fine, but it would have to be if there was a plan. Now, I think that abolishment of prisons, abolishment of the police, or defunding and abolishment of the police. Let me go through a few of their policies, because I mean the whole thing
he's going to be
completely
based
against
because he's
AI data
down.
centers. That's just not necessarily
So the AI
focused on.
The AI data center thing is something that a lot of the candidates are running on, but police and prison abolishment aren't anything that the individual candidates are running on.
They are running on. El Sayed ran specifically on abolishing war, I think.
Well, but that's not police or prison abolition, right?
Right, you can't abolish war. I don't care.
Well, ending, and to be specific, ending foreign wars is like a net positive, like popular thing. Even Republicans turn around and basically say that they don't want the troops dying in unnecessary wars or on foreign soil for things that don't help American interests, right?
Is Owlish good at debating? Oh, he doesn't know, chat. He doesn't know. Oh, no. No, this is two retards fighting. Hey, to be fair, we don't know if Ogre Boy is a retard. He seems alright so far.
Wasn't that something that Trump promised?
Okay, but Trump, I mean, we can go ahead and tacitly admit that Trump's a liar and he doesn't have the background to support 99% of the shit he says. by virtue of Trump promising everybody clean water, and then you have someone with a ecologist background, an environmentalist background, saying that they want to do clean water, you would have to agree that both people are going to come about that as a.
That's what I'm thinking, Leonard. Yeah.
Different approach.
I don't know why the fuck anyone. I don't know why Doctor feels confident to just out of nowhere start slinging insults at Megamind. He's gonna zap you. He's just gonna zap you. Why risk it?
Different reasons for saying it, and then one is probably more likely to enact something that would do it versus the other.
Well, we don't have any benchmark for DSA members accomplishing their goals.
True,
that's something that I think that's something that we should be cognizant of. We really don't have a benchmark, so these people could just be saying anything to get into office. One of the major things also is a part of the DSA platform is abolishment of the Senate. So if they do get into office, at least, and I'm not granting Trump any credence with this, but if they do get into office and they abolish the Senate, there's no way to remove them once they become the president. They're just there.
Well, hold on. So
they want to abolish the Constitution. They want to abolish the Senate.
I don't even know where to begin with that one. The point of what she said, that they have no track record, that's as much a point against her as it is in favor of her. Because the idea is that if they don't have like a positive track record, well, not even a positive one, they don't have any kind of a track record on account of not being in these positions before. The one that we've got right now, Mamdani, seems to be doing a pretty good job. People seem to be, by and large, rather happy. And as such, this argument's not quite as in favor of her as she, I think, thinks it might be. The second part, the bit right now about about the fact that if they become the president, the nefarious they, become the president and then take over, there's nothing that can be done to stop them. I don't know about that one. I feel like there's quite a lot of things that you can do in the face of tyranny, right? America's got a bit of a history in that regard.
So your fear about abolishing the Senate is that if the Senate goes away, there's no way to remove the president.
Basically, Kotami, yeah.
How would they remove the president?
You would just go down to a vote inside the House, as
the
they already do to impeach. You wouldn't have to go over to the Senate in order to do a second hearing to see whether or not the impeachment results in removal of office. They would, if they are impeached, they just get removed.
Well, then it also swings back in the other direction, is that anybody can be removed for anything, right? The reason why we have it set up the way we do is so that if you have people who are trying to coup the government, they can't do it by virtue of just voting and paying people off and voting and then getting the person removed. And also we have the guardrails we do so that in case somebody is so corrupt, we can go in and vote them out, right? But, this also coincides with abolishment of the Constitution. So what exactly would we be voting on?
Really quick. Hold on, super quick before we move on. The idea of, well, if you brought it down to one chamber, which is essentially what's being argued, that if you brought it down to one chamber and then you could just buy people off, well, that's also worked in the opposite direction. That you had a circumstance, at least out of the one of the two times, for sure, if not both, that Trump was impeached, that on the first attempt, all of the Republicans, straight party line, voted that essentially to allow Trump to stay. The second attempt, you had the Republicans in charge of the Senate, and they didn't even decide to take up the hearing necessary to see if they were going to permanently bar him from ever being president again. The founding fathers definitely came up with like a pretty decent system, but they never calculated for the current day Republican Party. Does that make sense?
Well, they did, and that's why they built it that way. That's why we still have some guardrails holding, because we have multiple branches.
So they expected a completely partisan, cult-like environment that is current day 2024 to 2026 Republican Party.
Yes, they absolutely did. That's why we still have the guardrails. That's why we still have the laws we do. Do you think that do you think that Trump is right now trying to consolidate power into the executive branch?
Well, that's what he's been doing since before he got in the second term, the unitary executive. Yes.
Yeah, he's been trying to do that, and we think that that's a problem, right? So you understand that a DSA member doing it would also be a problem. It doesn't matter if you agree with them or not, it's a problem. That's something we can't have happen.
So, but the idea is that by and large, the two chambers.
And a Democrat doing it would be a problem, right? That's the... You can kick an elected official out, no pitchforks needed. Well, sometimes pitchforks might be needed, you know? It's one of those where... I think I'm at a point where even if the pitchforks aren't needed, it's best you have them just in case.
Result in more gridlock than it does actually making substantive policy occur, right?
I think that abolishment of the filibuster, abolishment of the filibuster, is that what
It's just removing the filibuster, or voting to remove the filibuster. But that's a temporary rule that can be put back in the next session. You don't make it go away permanently.
I understand that, but I mean, we have these things set up that have been successful for 250 years. What has occurred to make it so that we need to change it? Because as it is right now, the guardrails are still holding. We're still seeing, even though we're in a tough spot, we can't expect that 100% of the time it's going to be running smoothly. We're in a tough spot, but the guardrails are ultimately holding. What has happened to make us want to change it?
Well,
completely.
The two examples that we have in modern history of a president being impeached, in your personal opinion, would you not think that he should have been removed from office in either of those? So do you think, so to go along with that, I'm just trying to build on what you just said. The idea at that point is, do you think that the Republicans that voted straight party line in order to preserve Trump as
He's doing a shimmy.
Once and future presidential candidate, do you think that they were voting in the best interest of the country, their constituencies, within the guardrail?
I am terrified of that. You just need one strategically located ape with a pitchfork to start a societal collapse. But that's the thing. Like, it doesn't take just one person, right? Like, even if you look at Trump's cult, it's not just one person. It's an enormous amount of people giving him a pass because, like, they're mentally raped. It's fucking tragic.
They're voting because Trump told them to.
So how is that an example then of the guardrails working?
Because the guardrails are still working and Trump hasn't, because the Supreme Court is still voting things down. He wasn't able to abolish the 14th Amendment with an executive order, for example.
So, but that's not, we're pointing back to, or your example, or your particular issue with this notion that they want to abolish the Senate, right?
Right, but you understand that Trump is uniquely evil.
I'll go with that. Like, yes, he's
uniquely
but he's the
evil. So
he's the Republican Party's.
Owlish keeps saying that a lot of the DSA types are like essentially doing the same shit that MAGA's done, right? And that we can't have someone like Trump again. If he's uniquely evil, what's the big fear with the DSA then? If he's uniquely evil, surely we're good then, right? Because otherwise, what would be the problem?
Like, super ego run amok for sure. This is the direction that the Republican Party was almost certainly always going to end up in.
No, it was not. It was not always going to end up in this way. I mean, we can blame the Tea Party for kind of putting the first step forward of making this happen, but that's why the Democrats are kind of nipping it in the bud with the DSA party, because we don't want to become the boogeyman that the right painted us to be.
Bro.
So you don't want to become the boogeyman that the right paints the left to be. So you're worried about the optics of the claim.
No, it's not.
Just a quick note. We're only done with the body and I've just put the head on. So far, in terms of how bits and bobs of this are fitting in, this is so much better than Warhammer in terms of just pure miniature building. Fucking every piece just falls in so well. Although I imagine that also has the negative part of being much harder to make like different looking minis. These are far more monopose, seemingly.
Not optics. It's like literally what they're trying to do. They're literally trying to imbue socialism into society.
DSA is even
Socialism
evil.
overall is not. It doesn't work.
What
We know this.
So what is the? Okay, so you get 6, maybe 8 DSA members in. They go in right after the midterms, day one. What is the first bill that you think they put into effect that they put up for a vote? What do you think that even is? What's the first thing you think they try to do?
Yeah, go to me. Yeah,
I can't make a guess as to what it would be.
So, but you have these things that you're concerned about. You have these.
Understand that this is harm reduction. This isn't like I think that they're going to go in and vote something in immediately and it's going to be crazy. This is harm reduction overall because this is how the MAGA movement started.
Yeah, but it's incredibly disingenuous to compare the two, though.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. By virtue of the fact, hold on, the MAGA movement, or even if you want to take it back to the Tea Party movement, originally was astroturfed by, I think, the Koch brothers and a couple of other like large scale billionaire groups until it finally caught enough juice. Eventually, it had enough of its own movement forward, but it was based on deregulation, tax cuts. It was based on like the worst sort of excesses of what the Republicans represent. The thing that you have right now in this moment, even if you disagree with the tactics, are a bunch of people that see a status quo that is just not working. So right off
It is working. It is working. It's just that we need to change some things. Now, we don't need a radical change like they're putting forward. It's working, but we need the right people in office to keep it working. So, because if we change things every 4 years, if we have somebody who comes in dramatically, swings the pendulum in the other direction every 4 years.
Does she understand that the consistent like frustration with status quo is in no small part the reason why somebody like Donald Trump got elected? Like the idea of draining the swamp, the notion that like career politicians are all criminals and you need a strong man like Trump to fix it. Isn't all of that as a result of the fact that people are really fucking easy to manipulate regarding the status quo? Are these expensive? I'm tired of Warhammer. In terms of comparatively to Warhammer, no, actually. To my understanding from what I've read, StarCraft currently is significantly cheaper for fielding armies, but there's also a lot less variety and shit, so it's hard to tell going forward. But as of right now, it's much cheaper. Like, I think it's like a 30% difference at least, if I remember my numbers.
Then it's not going to work even if it's the greatest system in the world because you have somebody corrupting that system every 4 years. So the DSA coming in and just trying to, because who's to say that they're not going to swing it back the way it was after 4 years?
Well, I mean, I would just suggest to you that the thing that most lefties are worried about is you get a sort of a milquetoast, like technocratic minded candidate that isn't really trying to move the needle, ends up not really accomplishing anything after 4 years. And then in 2032, we end up with a bunch of disaffected voters that don't see a difference. And you end up with like another Trumpian style politician on the Republican side.
Who would that be? Because the thing is with Trump is that he's been a Trumpian politician for the last 60 years.
He didn't, I mean, he used to be a Democratic darling prior to his, at least his 2012 Republican run, right? There's
Not
pictures.
necessarily true now.
No, come on. There's pictures of him. There's pictures of him hobnobbing with Bill and Hillary going back to before, like they used to be at each other's weddings and shit. He was in a lot of the Democratic, like Chauncey upper crust CEO suite, like group of the Dems prior to him getting all pissy and trying.
What are they actually arguing about? So, Kotami, you've only joined us, I think you've only joined us today, right? Or at least I don't know if you were here with us over the last couple of streams. But basically, up until last week, I wasn't really aware of who Owlish, the woman speaking, is. And then since then, we've watched 2 debates that she took part in, and they were... She's difficult to describe. She's genuinely difficult to describe. Essentially, the bottom line is that she's been doing a debate tour, essentially, because she believes that the DSA are bad, and it's essentially... it's just like a long con to us to get us to the next Donald Trump, on account of the fact that they are evil, communist, socialist, bad people things, and they will lie and they will take, and essentially we get communism again. She's a DGGer as well. I don't know if you know what that means. I don't know if you know what that is. But it is not a good thing. I'm trying to pinpoint where she is on the political compass. She's on the DGG of the political compass, which means that she is a staunch vote blue no matter who, unless the who is somebody she doesn't like. And then it's not vote blue no matter who anymore.
To run as a Republican during the Obama era. Like the notion of them going on well, come on. The notion of them finding
he was maybe optically a Democrat for a little bit, but he's always had conservative values. He's been expressing those conservative values since the 80s.
Do you think that there aren't conservative Democrats now?
Yeah, they're called I think that they're called centrists.
Sure, but they we would argue endlessly about that particular moniker, but like, so you think Joe Manchin, for example, was a center-left Democrat?
I don't know anything about Joe Manchin.
You should look into him a bit if you're going to keep having these conversations.
Yeah, no, I'm going to be so for real. Like I've only really gotten into this in the past like year, so I haven't.
Okay, fair enough.
But that being said, I can recognize, even if I'm not familiar with specific people, I can recognize that the party, I can definitely recognize that Trump has had the same Machiavellian ideology since the 80s. If you're familiar with it, there was a letter that Trump had posted in the New York Times.
Yeah, that he wanted the Central Park 5 executed. Yes.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the thing he posted in, I think it was 1987 after his first trip to Russia, in which he said that people overseas were taking advantage of the United States, and we needed to stop that, and that we needed to get them to pay their dues. Here, I'll just send it to you, actually.
I mean, labor protectionism isn't something that's exclusive to conservatives. Bernie has also had that exact same sort of lean at different times when he's talked about immigration policy.
She sounds as uninformed as me dog. I mean, it's weird though, because I remember her conversation with Pisco, and part of the problem wasn't just that she's uninformed. Part of the problem was that like she doesn't understand what words mean. She just doesn't. And at that point, like, how do you have a conversation with someone like that, you know? Where do you go in a conversation with someone like that? You remember when she had to have, like, meanings of words explained to her by Pisco, because otherwise the convo would have gone fucking nowhere.
He's retained that same ideology since he started getting into politics, since he started interfacing with politicians, since he started making political statements. He was going to run, I believe, I think he was going to run as a Republican in like the 90s.
I would have to look that up, but for the sake of the argument, I will still take your word for it. My point remains the same, though, is that you can have, I think even by the current like 2026 usage of like moderate dem is still, you have no shit, and especially if you go back to the 80s and 90s, you certainly had conservative Democrats that were like Wall Street era, you know, They were still they called them country club Republicans at the time. Like that's a thing that exists. I'm just saying that he was in those circles, like especially leading all the way up to Bill and Hillary being political royalty, essentially, especially during their presidency. He's been interlaced with Democrats up until the birtherism era of Obama, essentially. That was when you really saw him coming out on the other side of the aisle. But but to give you credit, though, I will agree that there's tons of shit there that basically he was always a slumlord. He was always like a real estate guy that was trying to grift and, shorting properties and doing all sorts of fucking janky shit. He was always a dog shit person. Okay. That's not what I'm arguing, but I'm saying that the notion of, because if we peel it back to a couple of steps ago, you were trying to say that they could always find another Trumpian style, or that there's only one Trump and blah, blah, blah. I think that if
Chat. We've got our first zealot. That's some pretty cool shit, isn't it? Protoss specifically are my wife's army, so I want to make sure I do a good job with these.
If the Dems get back into power in 2028, which I think is very well going to happen, that if they don't do something with that time in the spotlight, and if they don't at least show a decent fight, that essentially you could end up where the pendulum swings back in the other direction, and you get another like cult of personality figure that ends up running and potentially even winning for in office. Who that is, I don't know. Some people say Tucker.
Have Tucker Carlson?
Yes.
Somebody could.
But
the idea that they don't have somebody is also stupid. Somebody could very easily emerge between now and then. Like, what do you mean? People are fucking astroturfed all the time. What she's saying means nothing. And you're picking Zerg like a Chad, right? I'll be honest with you, Leonard. I want to go with the Zerg, but my heart's kind of with the Terrans. I like shooting armies. And my second favorite after shooting armies is swarm armies. But I really like shooting armies.
Also just got done saying, I don't know. But the idea is the search would be there. That's my point.
No, that's the thing that I keep saying, is that Trump was already a person. You don't find a personality. They already exist, and you usher them into the place you want them to be.
Yeah, but the people that would do the ushering are the ones that would have the infrastructure to support that person through a candidacy, right? Would you agree with that?
No. Trump was very much running for himself. I don't think he had anybody. I'm sure he had campaign managers, yes, but he pretty much was doing this on his own. He was using his own momentum.
Trump, well, hold on. Let me back up what you're saying, but be very specific. Trump 1.0, the primaries, allegedly he was self-funded. After he went into the general, he started taking funding from other people. Trump 2.0, the Adelsons, Elon Musk, there was a lot of large money people involved in getting him into office. I am talking about money. That's money is money equates to infrastructure. I'm talking about the people that would be looking for the next person to fill that spot so that Republicans can run on culture war issues as opposed to doing anything substantive.
If you can't think of that person right now off of the top of your head, who has already established themselves as a personality, then it doesn't exist.
You don't think a lot can happen in 6 years?
That's fucking
you understand that Trump has been around for 30.
That is absolutely fucking idiotic. Before Trump was elected, nobody thought of Trump as the guy that's going to be elected. You guys remember all the fucking memes? Do you, like, we all do. There are going to be hundreds of potential people who can take that spot again. Because if we go back to pre-2016 and somebody's like, let's say we're in 2012 and somebody goes like, well, I wonder who the Republicans are going to put up in 2016. Nobody would have said Trump. Nobody would have said Trump.
To 40 years.
Okay, but at the same time, at the same time, because of the news cycle now, the American citizen's attention span is measured in like nanoseconds. I get what you're trying to say, that you want to. The only way that this can happen again is by some person that's been around for decades and decades. We'll just agree to disagree on that. But I'm trying to suggest is that, and ultimately maybe this is just vibes, and we can call it that. But my concern is if the Dems don't make hay while the sun shine during these 4 years, that you're going to see the pendulum swing happen again.
Well, the pendulum swing right now is the DSA, and we don't want that to happen. We want a moderate person to stabilize, and then maybe we can start moving with more progressive policies.
Well, a policy like what?
What do you mean, like what? I mean, somebody who is a classic Democrat.
No. You're saying let's because what you're advocating for is essentially what happened in 2020. Because that was the entire.
What do you mean?
Just go with me here for just a moment. You're basically suggesting that because we had Trump, as we do now again, that we need a moderate Democrat to be a transitional candidate that can step in, restore the soul of the country, and then maybe later on we can get back on the track towards a quote unquote progressive policy.
Chat, no cap. Unironically, I'll sit through for a couple more minutes, but I think my room light being reflected off of the yellow plastic into my eyes as I'm reading through these to know what I'm cutting out has caused a migraine, because my vision's getting blotchy, and I've got like this little point that's getting bigger and bigger. And I know that happens before I get a migraine. No, Chido, we will see. I'm still here. I'm still paying attention. I'm still reading. I'll at least try and finish building this one. But I might unironically be getting a migraine. Oh, that's bad. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah, I can't read chat properly anymore. What the fuck, bro? To be fair, it might not be the yellow plastic per se. It might be something else, and the yellow plastic has just, like triggered it. Hold on, let me just sit with my eyes closed for like a minute. We'll be on audio only. No. I know it gets worse, Cheeto, because I remember the conversations that you guys were having in Discord. This is specifically because I think I've triggered a migraine by an accident. And usually at this point, I would take the meds to make sure that once it hits, it doesn't hit quite as bad. Yeah, no, I can't read chat anymore. I am definitely getting a migraine. Fuck me sideways. That's not good. That's very shit, actually. Not the news that I not the shit that I wanted to happen today. That's quite unfortunate. It also means very possibly, I'll obviously keep you updated in my Discord. But this very possibly means no stream tomorrow, because I every time I've got a migraine, the day after that, I can re-trigger it very easily. So I usually spend time away from my computer. Chido, because I think you have the big mod option. Are you able to start a raid in Twitch with the big mod option? Is that something that you have the ability to do? Because I'm struggling to type, which means that momentarily I will raid us into somebody I probably do not. Nope. In that case, could you type out the command for raiding us into somebody that you have live right now that I can raid us into, and I'll just copy and paste it into chat. Let us free into the wild. Might have to do that, actually. Unless you've got somebody that I can raid. Oh, this fucking... I don't have a good option of who. Alright, do you know what? We're just going to call it a day here, then. Don't worry about it. I will potentially be back with you tomorrow. If I'm not back with you tomorrow, I'll be back with you whenever I'm feeling better. You know how it be. Thank you for being here. Goodbye, good night, take care, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, chat.